Okay, guys, hello and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Okay, guys, thank you for to all of my subscribers. So this is actually the continuation of our transparent corset with deep neckline that we started last week. So this was part of the sewing. So in case you have not seen that first video, you should go to the channel. You'll see the pattern drafting. So this is the sewing part. That's the second part of the video. So if you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. Okay, so guys, so these are all of my pattern papers on the okay, yeah. So the first thing is for us to join. It actually is a transparent corset and it is a dartless corset, so you tape everything together. And then after that, I folded my mesh into four, and then I am cutting it out. So you can see, so as I folded it into four, when I open it, it's going to be two. So after that, after cutting it out, I folded it like this. I want to add my boning lines to it. Okay, so I folded it because I wanted it to appear on the both side. So that is why I folded it. So for this, you can actually add your boning lines. However, you just create your own style line the way you want it. You understand? So add it however you want to add it. So you can just see what I am trying to do. So I'm just trying to eyeball it and just mark. So I'm using a normal chalk. I did not use my tailor's chalk because I know it will not show. So that is it. So after everything, I'll open it and then you can see the lines on the other side. So with this, it will be easier. So I know that all of them will be on the same side. No one is not going to be wider for the transparent corset. So these are all of my boning. I'm using a Regeline boning. So you can see I've cut them out and then I went and ironed them. Can you see how straight they are on the for the corset? Because I ironed them straight. So now I'm going to show you how to encase this. So this is a simple process, okay? So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it with your friends. So this is actually a simple process. So you are going to cut out about 1 inch of fabric, so you can see, and then you place your bridgeline boning inside like this. So when you place it, you place it and then fold it to one side, and then you will stitch it on that line. Remember those lines that you made? So you stitch it along the line, those lines that you made. So when you stitch it to the end, the ridgeline bone is already encased inside, and then you are going to trim. So for this part, please, you have to be careful. I've cut my tool so many times doing this, so you just have to be very careful. So you trim it out. So after trimming it out, you are going to flip it. You now use it to cover that edge. You understand? You use it to cover that edge, and then you stitch it down. This one is a very simple one way, easy way to actually do this. Okay, so after sewing, what I normally do, I normally sew it on both sides. Some people sew it on one side, but I normally sew on two sides. So that's all for our boning. So like I said, please like the video. The next thing, we're going to cut out our cups. So for the cups, I'm using wording, a thick, medium thick wording and bra foam. So that is what I'm using. So for this, you can see I've already cut them out. So I decided to make my corset to have to be a three-part. So these are my cups. So what I'm trying to do now, I am trying to tape it together. If you notice, if you see my foam that I'm using for the transparent corset, I did not cut it. I'm not cutting it. It's just the covering that I'm cutting as a three part. Okay, so this is optional. So I created my style line on the cups. That's the cup like this, and then I'm going to cut this out. So like I said, I am just using this on my fabric. You understand? That's the fabric. So I placed it on another paper and then added 1/2 inch round and then marked them all out so that I'll have enough to be able to play around with. So after everything, I'll cut them all out and then make sure you label. So you can see, like I said, this is my wording, and the other foam, that brown one, is a bra foam. They sell it in the market. Just ask them. Or some call it hip pad. Okay, so these are my fabrics now that I'm going to use to cover the cup for the transparent corset. I've covered them. So the next thing, I want to stitch. So when you are doing this, you have to be very careful, please. so many times I've missed them. So you just have to be careful. So the best thing is for you to mark them. So you know that this part is the part you are stitching, and then this side is the side that is to the right, this side is the side that is to the left, or else I guarantee you that you miss them all up. So this one is the top part. So you put a notch at the middle, so you will know where to stitch. Okay. So after joining the down ones, so you can see, so I'll open it like this, and then I'll pick this piece, and then I'm going to place it. So can you see, I've already labeled my cups, I labeled everything. So with that, I'll know that this side is right, this side is left, or else you will miss it. So you are going to stitch it, just stitch it for the three parts, sorry. So you can see after stitching, this is how it looks like. So this is the covering. So you are going to do the same thing to the lining like that, but you see my foam, they are normal. I did not cut it as three parts. And this, I'm not doing a bust caging. So maybe in our next upcoming transparent corset, we're going to do a bust caging. Okay. So this one I just used normal bra foam. So I wanted to show you guys, for those of you that don't know, I wanted to show you guys different, we're doing a corset series, so these are just different ways of doing advanced corsets. So I placed, you saw that I placed hemming gum in between the wording and the foam. So I'm going to iron it to form it very well. So after everything, these are my fabric. That's the fabric. I've stitched the fabric and then I've ironed it. So you can see it's looking good. So those are the lining also. So now I'm going to take my fabric, I'll place it. That's the covering for the corset, for the transparent corset, the cups. So I'll place it like this, and then I'm going to pin it round. So as I pin, I'm going to pull it. I need a perfect smooth base for the covering of my transparent corset. Okay, so I'm just going to pull, and then I'll pin everything round. So like I said, please, if you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. So after everything, I'm just going to take it round, and then I'll stitch it round like this. Okay, so that's for the fabric. So after stitching it round, I'm going to cut it and leave half of an inch around the cups. Can you see how beautiful my cup is? So like I said, I use just wadding and bra foam. So this is the lining. I'm going to take the lining, I'll place it. Can you see the way I'm placing it? I'm placing it facing each other. You understand? So I'm placing it facing each other because I want to trim it. So that is why I am going to place it like, can you see? So I'll place them like this, let them face each other, and then I'm going to trim it. So whatever I'm trimming, I'm going to trim it. So for this, I almost over trimmed it. So please, you have to be careful when you are trimming so that you don't over trim it. So trim the lining, let the lining be a little bit bigger. Okay, so that it will not pull the cups down. So if you want to register for our online classes, you can see the number on the screen. And then if you want to order for your corset also, you can use the same number to make an order. Okay, so like for those of you that don't know, we make dresses on order. So you can send in your picture, and then we'll get the fabric and then make and send and ship to you. So after everything, I'm going to stitch that top part. So but when I want to stitch it, I'm not going to stitch it like this. I'm going to flip it. So at this point, I was just trying to check the cups before I stitch it down. So that's because I have a dress form, so I placed it and then checked it was okay. And then the next thing I want to do now, I want to show you guys how to sew this neckline. So the first part of the V, I just stitched that down. So the next thing, this one, I'll take my fabric and then I'll close it at that top, and then I'm going to put my boning inside, and then I'll sew it down. Can you see it is already sewn? And then I'll place it like this. Can you see the way I'm placing it? I'll place it like this, and then I'll just sew it down like this. You see the way my hand is? I'll sew it down, and then when I'm done, I'll flip it. Okay, so at this point, I'm just trying to trim it so that it is not, the excess is not too big. So you have to be careful at this point. So like I said, please, if you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. I would appreciate it. Okay, so can you see? So after stitching it down, so you see it, and then I'm going to flip it just the way we did with the normal one. I'll flip it like this, and then I'm going to secure it down. Can you see? So you just sew it. Once you sew it once, you flip it, let it cover the other one, the base of the other V part. So after everything, this is how it's going to look. So now I brought out the back piece. I want to join them to the side. So at this point, measure, make sure that all your corset, the waistline is less than your actual waistline. So I'm going to join it. So that is what I'm trying to say. It is a corset. You are going to add loops to the back, okay? So I'll stitch the side. So after joining the side, I'll show you how to finish the side. I'm just going to roll fold this like this. So when I roll fold it, I'll stitch it down. This is how it will look. I'll roll fold it and then I'll sew a boning at that point. So after that, this top part, I'm use my fabric to cover it. So I'm just trying to still double check my cups properly. So now I'll show you how to finish this up. This is a simple method that I decided to use. So I'm going to use my bias binding to finish my lining. That's the edge of my lining. So like I said, this is a very simple option. So after finishing it, so just pipe it. So after piping the lining, just the lining, I'm going to take my lining like this and then I'll place, can you see what I'm trying to do? I'll place my transparent corset inside and then I'll top stitch it. Can you see? It's a simple process because the edge of the lining is already finished. It will be neat, you understand? So you are not going to see any rough edges. So can you see? I'll just place it on top and sew it, just navigate the curve round like that, and then I'll sew it down to the end. There's just stop stitching. That's you're just placing it and stitching it on top. So that is what I mean. So can you see? You're just going to sew it to that point. So this was what I was trying to explain to you. So the corset, that's the transparent corset net, that's that bust part is sitting on top of that lining. Remember that part that I use bias binding to cover. So can you see the way I'm placing it? It is just on top of it. You understand? I'm not holding it and stitching it. No, I just placed it on top and then stitch it down. So can you see? You stitch it down. So now remember that half inch that was remaining on top of our cup. That's what you are now going to use to cover it. This is a very simple method. Can you see? You're just going to place it. You're just going to fold it and then you stitch everything around. So with that, so when you are stitching it, you are going to be stitching it on top of that bias binding that you use to turn your lining. So with that, everything is just going to be neat and clean, okay? So you just place it that way and then you are going to stitch it. So guys, so this is our transparent corset. So I had to stop the video here. The next time I'm going to show you guys how to do the modesty panel and how to hem the down for those of you that don't know how to do that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.